Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. The following confession that you're going to be listening to, it comes from a message that we received, and that message, it reads like this. Sharp Mzanzi, you have seen the pages Spiritual Millionaire, Instant Money Solutions, Sangoma, this and that, with a picture of some old gogo from a stock photo site. Profile pic, a Benz, a mansion gate. So that was me, is still me, in a way that I can't escape. My name, let's say I am Sipo from Dubarn, Dubarn, but the man who had that name is gone. I am left with what you see. I am a 42-year-old man. In Joburg, I stay in a nice apartment, and here I am confessing to you, I am in hell. If I die, if God sends me to hell, I think that it will be unfair because of what I have experienced here on earth. I just think that I deserve to go to paradise because I don't know how many times I have asked God for forgiveness, but nothing is happening, even if I try to ask God for forgiveness. It was in the year 2014. I was 32. I was living in a garden cottage in 4 ways. So it was just a tool shed. I sold cell phone contracts at a mall in Randburg. Every day it was so difficult. I was desperate. And I had my auntie whom I was staying with. My auntie, she was someone that was married to a Nigerian man. And whenever I would ask for anything, she would get so rude to me. I really do not know why. I wanted to get rich. I would go online. I would think about ways to get rich. That was when I started thinking about becoming a money ritualist. As I was searching for someone that could help me to become a money ritualist, that was when I sent some money to a guy. He was a Malawian guy who claimed that he could make me rich within 24 hours, but nothing happened. Totally nothing happened. That was when I thought of doing the same, because he had his own page where he would tell people that he can help you to become rich instantly. Send him an e-wallet, then you are done. For the rest of your life, you will be rich. So since I had sent him money, it was not a lot, it was only 500. Then I started thinking about if it means that this guy can trick about 20 people each and every day that sent him the 500, he will be making a lot of money. That is how the idea got into my head. I was someone that already knew a lot about IT, even though I was struggling to get a real job. I started small. I bought a dead Facebook page. I'll just call this page Dubarn Kwaito Vibes. I bought it for 300 Rand. Then I changed it to Prophetess Tandeka Financial Breakthroughs. I used a picture of a Nigerian actress that I found online. The first post that I got was of a grainy video of a fireplace, and I did a voice over I made using a text-to-speech app. Your money is coming, your money is coming. It is stuck in the spiritual realm. Message me for the key. This was like long back before there was this AI voice that sound like real human. Like this text it to speech, it was so sketchy. You could tell that this is a computer that is speaking, but it worked for me. The messages came. There was a security guard who was my first customer. I will never forget that guy. He was from Deep Sloot, and he told me that he was owing a lot of money to the Machonisa and he could not pay them. And they were telling him that if he does not pay, they were going to cut off his leg. So he was desperate. He just wanted to get rich quick, so that he can pay the Machonisa, and he was scared of what they might end up doing to him. There was a hairdresser from Kayelija. My ritual package would cost you 800 then. I would drive to the Chinese wholesale shops in Saladin. I would buy bags of mpepo, or what they sold as mpepo. It was just dried, sweet-smelling grass, some red and yellow candles, a few shiny beads, a small bottle of holy oil, baby oil with food coloring in brackets. I would pack it in a black plastic bag, wrap it with a red ribbon. The note was always the same, hand written on a paper. Burn the candle at midnight, facing the direction of the sun. Sprinkle the herbs. Believe it without a shadow of doubt. Your ancestors are knocking. Open the door so that they can give you all the money that you wanted. Then I would send that package. I would charge you as well for the package fee to be delivered. I operated from a cheap co-working space in Rosebank. You know how much I paid? 500 Rand a month for a desk. Around me, there were real startups, tech guys making apps. I was the guy on Facebook Messenger typing, the spirits say you must first prove your faith with 1,500 sacrifice. The money started flowing, 5K, then 15,000 a month. I upgraded. I got a desk at the Mac in Santon, fancy, drinking cappuccinos. I would sit there watching the real business people and think that my business is a better margin than yours. One story still claws at me to this very day. There was a woman called Beatrice. She sent some voice notes. Her voice was so tired. She told me that she was a domestic worker in El Dorado Park. Her son needed operation. She had saved 1,200 over 6 months. She sent it all to me. I mailed her the black bag. A week later, she messaged me. She was like, Baba, I did everything, nothing. My son is worse. Please help me. I had the script. Mother, there is a block, a jealous spirit in your family. For 30,000, I can do a stronger ritual. From her, she never replied. I checked the profile a month later. A cousin of hers had posted, rest in peace, my sweet boy. I closed that tab. I ordered another cappuccino, told myself that her son was sick anyway. I did not cause it. But I had sold her hope and taken her money whilst her son died. That was the day when I bought the Golf GTI. The guilt that I had when I bought this GTI was a lot, but I told myself that it is life. Life has to continue. So karma maybe as a way of getting back to you. So there was this other taxi owner from Umlazi. So this man, he did not send threat. He sent me a photo of me leaving the Mac, getting into my GTI. The text read, nice car. Let us talk about my investment. So this taxi owner, he was someone that had told me that he wanted money quick. He wanted to get rich as well overnight. He told me that since my charms had not worked, he wanted me to make sure that I return back the money that he had given me, but I was scared. This was the time when I started to become so scared of some of these guys, because this one, he was a taxi owner, and you know those guys, they can shoot you. And the fact that he knew where I was based, he knew my car, he knew everything, I was really scared. There were times when I was even afraid of going to work, thinking that I'm going to get shot. One day, that was when I saw a message. I saw a message from a guy who called himself Tando, and he wanted to visit me. And he came and he visited me at the office. How he got in, I really do not know, because we had security at our offices. You could not just walk in. But somehow this guy that I had spoken with a couple of days before that, he was in front of me and he was wearing a black suit and a black hat. He then said, you are in trouble, man. You have about a week to live. You are going to die. You are going to be kidnapped. They will find you at the back of your GTI. They would have burnt the car because of what you did to that man that gave you the money, and he thought that within a couple of months he will be owning a lot of taxis. He is busy planning right now. He has already found people that are willing to do that just for a couple of $1,000. You are going to die. But I have come to tell you this. So I thought that maybe he was an assassin. I was shaking. He then told me that he wanted me and him to go to Durban, where I was going to be rich and I would never depend on these Facebook pages anymore. And I was scared and I said, "Are you not an assassin that is going to kill me?" He laughed and he said, "Me, an assassin? No, we know about you from our kingdom." I said, "What kind of kingdom? Are you from Swaziland?" He laughed and he said, "No, I don't mean an earthly kingdom. I have been sent by Satan." I nearly fell off from my chair when he spoke about Satan, because I once had a couple of dreams and I said, "This thing that I am doing, am I not going to attract demons into my life?" Because it was as if I knew that maybe the devil was watching me, because I was always dealing in all of these things, that I was like telling people that in order for you to become rich, you had to do this and that. So I felt like I was even working for the devil himself. And now the devil had located me. He made some magic right there in my office. He made my phone, my laptop to disappear. Then they reappeared. And he told me that he was a Satanist. And then that was when he told me that he wanted to go with me to Durban. And then we went to Durban. When we went to Durban, that was when I was initiated. We first went to the ocean. When we went to the ocean, we collected some water, and then I was made to stay at this other house whilst I was waiting for the other man who was the one who initiates you, but he's from Nigeria. So I stayed in Durban and he kept on speaking with me. He asked me if I understood what I was about to do. He was like, "We are going to give you money, but you are supposed to give us something back, a life for a life, because you were supposed to be dead by now." Like he had told me that I was supposed to die after 1 week. And he asked me if I was understanding that this was a transaction. The devil had given me my life back, but the devil was going to demand that I give him something back as well. And I nodded my head and I said, "Yes, I understand that the devil will want something from me, and it is fine. I am fine." So the Nigerian man finally came. He never spoke with me in English. I don't know if he was using French or another Nigerian language. He was so unfriendly. He just took my hand, sliced my hand with a very sharp knife, and he squeezed the blood into a bowl, and he made me to drink my own blood. And I was told to curse the Holy Spirit. This I did. I don't know, is it okay for me to tell you the way that I cursed the Holy Spirit? Please, this is not an instruction. Some of us, we have already sold our souls to the devil and we have no hope of ever going to heaven. This is the way that I blasphemed the Holy Spirit. So they told me to go and buy a Bible. I went and I bought a Bible and then I came back with it. Then I was told to undress myself. I undressed myself and they made me to sit on a red cloth, which represented the blood that was shed when Jesus was crucified. So I sat there and then I was told to take the Bible and I was supposed to poop on the Bible whilst I was blaspheming the name of the Holy Spirit. I won't tell you the exact words that they told me to say, but I did as I was instructed to do. They took the Bible. What they did is that they just wrapped the Bible in that red cloth that I was sitting on, as it was very smelly. Where they took it to, I really do not even know. So then I returned back to Joburg. When I came back to Joburg, my whole world was really different. And then I started operating. This time around, when I was doing this, I was making people to join Satanism. And the first test that I did, I got a client from Tembisa. I was being trained by that Satanist guy. He would ask me if I have gotten anyone that wanted to do rituals. The first client that I got, It was someone that was from Tembisa. So this man, he had to pay for a premium ritual. I now had a premium ritual. Before, I would have sent the black bag, but this time I did not send anything. I just told him to send me his picture and the picture of his father. And then he told me that his father had passed away, but he had his uncle that was from Botswana, because his father came from Botswana and married a South African woman and was staying in Tembisa. I said, it's fine. Do you have the pictures of your uncle? He said, let me look for them. And he came back and he sent me the pictures of his uncle. And then I told him to go to the grave to bath himself while he was on top of the grave, calling the name of his uncle in Botswana. 2 days later, he messaged me. He was so excited. He was screaming on the messages that he had sent to me. He was like, Baba, my uncle in Botswana has died, but now I am looking at my room. There is 40,000 that I found underneath the bed. And I just said, okay, it's fine. And I did not know that these people that I was giving all of these rituals, they were joining Satanism without them even knowing that they were joining Satanism. It became sort of like a pattern. There was a woman from Port Elizabeth. All that she wanted was a promotion, and someone at work was injured in a freak accident. A man from Bloom won a small lottery, but his family's house was damaged in a storm. So everyone that was getting all of these blessings, there was someone in the family that would either die or something that would just happen. I realized that I was no longer a scammer, but I was now a Satanist who had been initiated to initiate others. Then I had forgotten about the rule, a life for a life. My sister Nomsam, she had a spaza shop in Kwamashu. The spaza shop was failing. She called me crying, Sivo, you are in Joburg. You know about money. Please help me to get some money because so that I can restock. So I had to give her the money. Instead of just sending her through her bank account, I had a voice that told me that I was supposed to call her to Joburg or to drive to Kwamashu so that I can give her the money. I then opted to go to Kwamashu and I gave her the money. She restocked a spaza shop, and then she came to visit, not me. She came to visit our auntie. She was shot in a hijacking. She was not even in the car that was being hijacked. This happened on the freeway. She was on a taxi and she caught a stray bullet that hit her and she passed away. This kept on happening. Even my mother died. My mother died. I had a dream and I saw my mother. She was being sacrificed and her blood was being placed in a bowl. My mom looked at me and she cried whilst she was looking at me and she was crying. I looked at myself. I was wearing a white garment, but now it was covered in my mother's blood. Within a year, I had lost a lot of my relatives. And it takes me to this date, and I have come here with my confession. I have my girlfriend who is studying at University of Joburg. I am in love with this woman. So all these years I have sacrificed different people. This one, she is different. Her name is Puleng. She is 23, a final year, studying BCom accounting, a student at UJ. And I am supposed to sacrifice him just like how I have sacrificed other women. I hunted her, I found her on Instagram and I just liked her when I was busy scrolling. Then I went to Bramfontein after I had learned a lot about her routine. Do you know that the pictures that you post, it's like everyone have a routine. So I bumped into her at a coffee shop on the Court Street and I was just like a friendly guy and I bought her a cappuccino. We talked. She is brilliant and she told me that she wants to open a firm to help township businesses. She is someone that is good to be around and we fell in love. After falling in love, now I am trapped. I have been told to sacrifice him this year in 2026. If I refuse, then it is going to be a consequence of me dying, but I will die after 7 years. The punishment that I will be facing is that for 7 years, I'm going to be mad. This I was not told when I was initiated. Look how old I am. If I start running mad right now for the next 7 years, life would have already passed me. They say that life begins at 40, then you start running mad when you are over 40. This is my confession. Like I told you, because I blasphemed the Holy Spirit, I don't think that I will ever go to heaven. And if I go to hell, I think it will be unfair because I have already experienced hell already here on earth, having money, not being able to enjoy the money like the way that you want to, and you having done all of these evil things to your family, burying your loved ones, especially burying my mother. It was the most difficult thing that I had ever done in my life. But like they say, it is what it is. I tried to become rich by scamming other people, and now I am the one that is being scammed by the devil. I am being used only for financial benefit, and yet I can't even enjoy life. Imagine all the women that I have sacrificed year after year in order for me not to go mad for the next 7 years. But Poleng, she is different. In her, I see someone that deserves to be loved. She is wife material. Yo, dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our brother. Strange things indeed they do happen in this world. Let us try to talk with him in the comment section. I'll be back with another episode.